Now we shift to Crete, the second 5-year examination in 1965. Crete, this lovely ancient isle in the Aegean, where life goes on, at least in 1965, as it had for centuries. A lonely shepherd with his shepherd dog rounding up the goats. Large muscle activity, never at a breakneck pace, but regular motion during the day. Here is the plateau of Thermidyon in central Crete, a huge plain of orange groves and fruit trees being nourished by windmills that would draw water from the local aquifer. These mills turning in the evening light were a beautiful sight. Harvesting olives, harvesting almonds, and harvesting the seas. They also grew grapes and bananas on Crete. Calamari, anyone? Whiteness everywhere. A picnic on our day off. A band of gypsies on the streets of Neapolis. And the beautiful pace of life here in the olive groves. Ancient ruins at every corner from the Minoan civilization. The family of Andy Dontas, Jenny and his daughters Cleo and Cookie. Everyone walks to work or rides donkeys. This is the local potter, family that had been in business for millennia. And here's the lady returning with twigs to fire her kiln. Turkeys wandering about the village. We were fortunate to arrive at this time where people were living as they had traditionally for centuries, it was soon to change. Cicadas everywhere, some being tortured by children, and the vandalism of the 13-year-old and his slingshot. Families are close. They have to work together from a very early age. Teeter-totter. Universal. Here are the potters making these lovely ceramic vases for water, wine, and oil, as they had done for literally thousands of years. Drying in the sun. Here we will see one turning the pottery on a machine powered by his own legs. Sadly, on our return 5 years later, this millennial enterprise had been replaced by plastics. The ditches and rills around the community were full of discarded plastics, and that family no longer had a business. The ever-present donkey. A land of great peace and beauty, simplicity, and at this time at least, with healthy eating and work habits. Matala, a little harbor on the south coast of Crete, and these walls are pocked by little caves occupied during this period of the 60s by hippies from around the world who could live on a few pennies a day in Greece. But much to the annoyance of the locals over their free lifestyles. One gets the sense of peace. Within a decade, much of this indigenous agriculture had been displaced by tourism, with a remarkable change in the people's lifestyles and motivations. Some political religious festival, I forget, but it was a remarkable combination of military displays with religious symbolism. Here comes a religious procession, and all its artifacts. Parading in the streets of Heraklion. we leave the harbor of Heraklion, returning to Athens via other Greek islands, including the famous Santorini, the volcano that exploded 1500 BC and destroyed the Minoan civilization. It's now an exquisite tourist stop. We explored the cities and islands by foot, along with a couple of companions, young French ladies from the cruise liner that I took back to Athens, with the usual scenes of the market. There's the potter. This is on the island of Rhodes. And Mykonos. With its famous windmill.